Hi everybody. Hi peeps. Wait, this is the wrong overlay. There we go. Hi peeps. Hi everybody. Oh, wait. There we go. Hi peeps. Hi everybody. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well today on this Tuesday, last day of my 4-day weekend. But I hope you guys are doing well today. And here from my Twitter, from my Twitter, but as you can tell, this is my now this so this has to be my final affiliate push stream. The stats posted, like they officially posted just the viewers. So counting on you peeps to help me out. So any raids or anything would be much appreciated. But I'm also happy that I'm this close. I'm a little I wish you guys could see my hands. I'm very, very close. So I'm very happy about that. That I even made it this far. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. And once again, today I'm going to be playing Who's the Red Queen. Yesterday we left off with Alice and the Mad Hatter and the ball. Well, they were at the Duchess's ball and they were playing chess to get one of the Red Queen's body parts back. A little laggy. Oh, geez, that's not good. Let me see what's going on. It's hi, Risu. Hi, Rashi. It's a little laggy. Okay. Let me see what Wi-Fi am I on first of all. Okay. I don't know why it's being laggy, and I don't think it's you. That's actually odd. I don't know why that is happening, but I hope that stops happening. Let me check. Wait, what just happened? Wait, what just happened? Just froze. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, okay. There we go. My computer just froze for a second. Let me see. What is my bit rate? Because that can be an issue. Oh, it says it's stable, so I don't know what's going on. But I hope the lag clears up. This happens sometimes. It's very annoying. And I apologize about that. But like I said, today we are going to be playing Who's the Red Queen? And I'm going to read what the game is about again today since we could be having new viewers and I don't want people to be lost. Uh, OBS and just where is OB? Yeah, window capture. There we go. Oh wait, oops. I'll be lurking. You need to go get some food. Have fun. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you for lurking. That also helps, and I will have fun. And I hope you have fun lurking and watching. That is not the right window I wanted to display. Why is it doing this to me? This is so weird. Why now? This is not what I need. Okay, finally. I meant to go to Chrome. That was the wrong window. I did not mean to display the game. There we go. Okay, so this is the game. It's made by Fornoki on itch.io. So I found it. And like it says, there's a trigger warning. Please be advised that this visual novel contains death, gore, dismemberment, animal cruelty. execution and prison from high places. So if you're I'm gonna put a trigger warning back on the screen like I did yesterday, like in the text. So if any of these things make you uncomfortable, I'd advise you click out of the stream now because I'd rather you join me back on another stream and watch something you're going to be comfortable with watching than sitting here and forcing yourself to watch stuff that you're not comfortable with. So please don't do that. And so this between she sets out on an adventure in this odd new place. Ember Queen whose body has been strewn across the land. Pretty long game and it has nice art and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's get into the game. So I'm going to make that invisible and make this visible. Where did the game go? Okay, here we go. So this is the trigger warning on the screen and then game. Yeah, okay. So like it says, warning, this visual novel contains death, violent content, animal cruelty, imprisonment, and suicide from 12 places, I guess. And that being, without further ado, let's continue into the game again. Game's actually really fun and I'm really enjoying it. Story's good, there's tons of choices. It's pretty nice. Who is the Red Queen? That's Alice right there. That's the character I'm playing as. And that's the Hatter, Cheshire Cat, with the orange card right there. Anyways, load. I'm gonna pick up from where I left off yesterday. Uh, yep, this is where I left off right here. Chapter 2. Wait, hold up, is the game muted? It was muted. Okay. There. And like I always say, if the music is too loud, please let me know. Or if it's like weird over my voice and it's like too loud, please let me know. Okay, let's get into the game. Let me drink some water. Okay. Even now, I couldn't understand what went on in those eyes, but I had already decided. So weird. Okay. Maybe I didn't want to see her potentially get hurt, as no one here cared for the life of a hatter. Odd, oddest, odder. What a thought to have. I rather liked her. I will take the role of a piece. Oh, king or queen? Which positions did I do? Oh, Which position should I take? Which one is higher in chess? I forgot. Is it king or queen? Guys, do you have any chess? No. Do you have any chess knowledge? I forgot. Which one is a higher position? I think it's the queen. I'm gonna double check. I gotta go to Goggle, my best friend, for this one. I'm not trying to hit a dead end here because so far I don't know how, but a lot of people some people in the reviews are saying how like a lot of people in the reviews of this game was saying how there could be a lot of dead ends, so be careful with your choices, which is what I'm trying to do, and I'm already a very indecisive person. But surprisingly, I haven't hit a dead end yet, and I do not want to hit one. Excuse me. Which is chess. Yes, what is the highest chess? Yeah, the queen. Yeah. Oh, hey, I guess right. Okay. I chose to take the queen's piece role for the queen. For the queen had the greatest power on the board. I donned the fake white crown and was given a sword. Our white pieces shuffled in and took their positions on the board. Soon enough, the chessboard was set. A human-sized version of the strategy game unfolded. I remember something similar to this happened in Ever After High in the Wonderland episodes. They had to like play human chess. The dialogue keeps taking long to load. I don't know why. Okay. The Hatter started with the first move. Playing Clash. One by one, the pieces on the board fell, almost like dominoes. Perhaps knight to a... No. A piece on the board cannot speak. We are the players, and you are but a game piece. Finally, the queen came into play. I played with the sword in my hand. The hilt rolled comfortably in my palm, pleasant yet strange, as if I didn't use a sword much. I didn't, but was still perfectly fine with committing acts of violence with one. Now, swordsmanship was the only thing that the tutors hadn't bothered teaching. After all, it wasn't fitting for a lady, allegedly. They really should have, as it turned out. I was quite good at cutting things down after some short exhibition blows. The Hatter directed me across the board. I was attacked as told. What do you call yourself these days again? Alice? I see. We moved around the board in a perfect match, letting our other pieces back me up, and cornered the Duchess's Black King in no time. Checkmate? Checkmate. I wondered if I had killed a king before. The Duchess clapped her hands in congratulation. The servants cleared the floor, wiping it down. They made it once more sparkly clean, as if red had not just been spilled in a human facsimile of a game. One came along with a wet towel for me to wipe away anything that had gotten on me during the match. Congratulations, you are a true pair of master strategists. With this, the competition has concluded, and you two are the winners. Would you like to take your prize now? Oh, the text did not load yet. I'm gonna drop this here. I'll try and be back later at the stream soon. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ghost. Yeah, you can always pop back in later. That's fine. Okay. Oh, the dialogue popped up. I didn't even see that. Yes. The Hatter bobbed her head up and down rapidly. Yep, there's the Queen's. I believe this was the left leg, the Red Queen's left leg. The Duchess gestured a servant over. Our dearest Majesty's leg. Do take care of it well, lest she comes back and has you punished for disrespecting the crown. She took the leg from the servant and handed it to me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the ball. Yay, we beat the Duchess in chess. I knew it was gonna be the Queen piece. What just... Oh. The Duchess left again with her servant following after her. She seemed to have enjoyed the chess tournament, just as quickly as she... The guests returned to eating, drinking, and dancing. Let's leave. She had no intention to stay, neither had I, having accomplished the unexpected boon of finding a piece of the Red Queen. I'm gonna quick save. Yeah, quickly save that. Okay. Ooh, look at this hallway. It's so pretty and regal. We found a servant to leave and were redirected outward. He retrieved the sealed box with our entrance fee and handed it over. So that's 2 peaceful. We got the piece we found back, and we got the left leg. We exited the building and came to a garden. We had taken a wrong turn. Looking around, we spotted an exit at the far end of the garden, and the Hatter made a move to leave. I called out to stop her, extending a hand. We didn't have a chance to dance. Won't you give me the honor of one dance, Hatter? I won't. Oop. Maybe just one with you, Alice. I can't dance. I'm dexterous with my hands, but not so much with my feet. Hatter doesn't fit well with these things. Isn't that a problem? She hesitantly stretched out her hand, fingers hovering over mine. Don't worry, let me lead. The zoom in. Oh, this is cute. Yo, there should be an animation. Please tell me there's an animation or something for this. I want to see this. I took her hand and we danced, humming in place of an instrumental quartet. I led her in steady steps, ignoring the way she stumbled over my feet. Left, right, left, right. Perhaps this was the most enjoyable dance I'd had yet. Oh, she's just moving around. Come on, there has to... I want to see an actual animation of this. It seems so cute. I fatal today. That is not nice. Okay. Alice? Hatter? You might not be so bad after all. She made an expression like she wanted to cry. I rather like you, Alice. Only Alice. I rather liked her too. I gave her another twirl and she let go. I reached out my fingers, but she moved her hand away. The Hatter hopped back with a skip and spin. Thus she stood by her lonesome. Close your eyes, Alice. I did as she said. Watch me do this, close your eyelids. Inside. Yo, I remember that song from TikTok, man. It used to be everywhere. And people was doing goofy stuff. I felt her roughly stuff the leg into my arms. I heard a faint tapping noise reminiscent of the footsteps moving away from me. Okay, I waited and waited and waited. Alice, how long did you wait for her? I waited a long time, clutching the leg in my hands. When I opened up my eyes, the Hatter was nowhere to be seen. Did she leave me behind? Although I walked around the garden, she was nowhere to be found. I decided to leave as well. Taking one last pass through the garden, I made my way through the exit. A sudden vertigo struck me. I must have had a long day. I reasoned as I held my hand to my forehead while trying to steady myself. My brain Oops, wait, I think I just skipped something on accident. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Okay. The discomfort in my heart returned. Ew, what? What is going on with my computer? Oh. I leaned back against the tree to take a break. Looking upward, eyelids flickering, I wondered if the sky had always looked so far away. My free hand, propped against the bark, slid downward unconsciously. I closed my eyes for a moment. Darkness. Ooh, the sky drawings in this game is very pretty. I really like it. I slowly opened my bleary eyes to the sky. A terrible headache battered my skull. I felt as if I had forgotten something very important. So disoriented I was, I had no idea where I was. I pattered around me and noticed that I still had the limb I just retrieved with me. My head hurt. Hearing footsteps, I pushed myself up to a sitting position and saw her. Oh, as an indecisive person, these choices are kind of killing me. But I think this is like so far like the visual novel I've played with like the most choices in it. And saw her. The way that this is so mysterious, I don't. Should I say? Well, if anything, I could always go back. So I think I'll choose the White Queen. Looking around, I found that I was at the White Queen's garden. A raspy sound flowed out my throat like gravel. Swallowing, I let out a grumble from the discomfort. I rolled to my side in discomfort before turning about again, feeling both the heat burning the back of my neck and a chill running through my whole body. Alice, you still caught colds like this? You were already so big. Drink some water, Alice. The White Queen appeared by my side with a cup of warm water. Lifting the cup to my mouth, she slowly tilted it for me to drink. Clumsy as she was, much of the water spilled past my lips. Then she retrieved a bowl of an unidentifiable dark liquid that smelled not quite like wine yet. Not quite like anything else either. Oh, that is suspicious. Oh, I had made some medicine prepared for you. No, I had some medicine prepared for you. It should help you get better. I opened my mouth like a baby bird as she moved a spoonful of medicine toward me. As it entered my mouth, I recoiled in disgust, sputtering at the taste. The metal of the spoon knocked against my throat, throwing me into a coughing fit and spilling the spoonful. Alice, are you alright? The White Queen quickly moved the spoon away. Taking a wet towel from a fairy light, she wiped away the spilled medicine. This is just a medicine. It's bitter. Must I drink it all? The medicine is good for you, Alice. In this world, there are many painful, bitter things that are good for you, so it would be best if you take it. I could not disagree, but the way her voice dipped made my heart ache. I wanted to disagree. Disregarding the taste that made me want to hurl, I took the bowl from her and gulped the medicine all the way down. I resisted gagging as I swallowed. Bitter. This medicine was much too bitter. My eyes watered from disgust. Good Alice. She petted my head. Then she popped a piece of candy into my mouth. A sweet, milky flavor melted in my mouth, masking the bitter, but not completely riddling my tongue of its misfortune. Sweet. The candy was sweet. I liked sweet. After I finished the candy, the White Queen gave me some more warm water and had me continue laying down to rest. White Queen, you're a little clumsy, but I appreciate you taking care of me. I haven't had anyone. She held my hand and squeezed reassuringly that she was here. Thank you. I let out a yawn, feeling a haze float into my mind. Perhaps the medicine had begun to take effect. No, Alice, you're different from her. She never, ever showed me this side. Not even at the very end, not even then. She murmured to herself, thinking that I would not hear. Alice, perhaps, she was looking at you now. Although she was always looking far away, perhaps at this moment, she was looking at you, even just a little. My eyelids grew so heavy that I couldn't keep my eyes open any longer. Good night, Alice. She laid a kiss on my forehead. Too tired to say anything in response, I fell into the realm of dreams. Imagine if it just says game over out of nowhere. That would be good. After a few days of rest under the White Queen's care, I recovered to full health. I never wanted to taste medicine again. Oh, oops, I accidentally skipped something. When you assemble the Red Queen, will you come visit again? Maybe if I have the chance before I go. Bidding goodbye to the White Queen, I stopped by the Hatter's place to drop off a limb. The Red Queen was nearly assembled, missing only her head and a fourth limb. Onward, I continued with my search so that she could send me home. I thought back to the Cheshire Cat's taunting provocations. Thinking of her taunting flick, I had no idea where she could be, for she always appeared and disappeared as she pleased. I had a quick chat with the Hatter to find out. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Are you acquainted with the Cheshire Cat? Cheshire? She's scary. Always stays up in the trees. She's usually around the northern end of the forest. The cat always says she has business so she can't stay for tea, even though I never invited her. Yes, we're acquaintances, but definitely not friends. If you're looking for that cat, don't bring her back here. We're low on seats as is. Next thing you know, you'll have to be chopped up to fit in a teapot. Ta-ta. The trio of one gave me a jaunty wave. Taking the Hatter's words, I started to explore the forest's north. I walked down many twists and turns, stumbling across uneven ground. The path was rougher here and foliage thicker. I found not another living being in sight, nor cats nor others. After a while, I reached a place with two signs pointing opposite directions. One read cliff and the other read not a cliff. I let out a chuckle that they were straightforward enough signs, but I couldn't see where they led past bushes blocking beyond their arrows. Ding, oh, dingling. The ring of a small bell entered my ears, followed by the clatter of metal shackles. Is the Cheshire Cat. Cheshire Cat? I received no response. Accompanying me here was only the breeze that would sometimes hit the leaves of the trees around me. I heard a soft rustling noise, but when I looked toward the sound, I saw nothing. I tilted my head to look forward, to look further up. Wait, what just happened? The world shifted. The air was pushed out my lungs. A black and orange blur crashed down on me with a great momentum from the sky, slamming me to the ground. If my head had hit a different way, my skull would have been a cracked egg on the ground. I moved just in time to harshly bang my shoulder instead. I thought I'd get it done in one shot. She's trying to kill me? The blur, the Cheshire Cat, filled my spinning field of view. She wrapped both hands around my neck, digging in with her sharp nails. Wait, why is she trying to kill me? What did I do? Her left arm flickered in and out of extents as if it wasn't really there, creating an unbalanced pressure around her grip tightened, drawing blood. I couldn't breathe. She squeezed even tighter. I tried to pry her fingers off of my own. My twitching hands clawed at her constricting grip and even scratched my own neck. More than the pain of the flesh wounds, I was going lightheaded from the lack of air. I just barely forced her off my neck. I wheezed, coughing to catch a breath. She grabbed my collar, grip on the left, flickering in and out, and slammed me back to the ground after lifting me up a little. Murder goes crazy. What? I couldn't even ask why she was doing this as vertigo overwhelmed me. Kicking and flailing randomly, I managed to push her off for a moment. I had to reorient myself, get to my feet, and just roll away from her somehow. Which way? Knowing Wonder... Oh my god. Now I gotta select the place to run. And it just froze. That's wonderful. Well, being strategic and knowing Wonderland. If we think about this a strategic way, anywhere at Wonderland, when it tells you to go, when it says one thing, it means the other. That's what I learned from Ever After High, from those Wonderland episodes. Because like I said, I never read Alice in Wonderland. I literally know about this Wonderland stuff just because of Ever After High in the Winter Wonderland season when the girls had to go to Wonderland. But anyways, oh Jesus, I'm gonna go to the cliff because I remember that like when it says it to go one way, when it says like it has like directions, like it means the opposite. So I'm gonna go to cliff. I tumbled through the bushes in the direction labeled as a cliff. The signs around here had nonsense written on them many times more than not. As I expected, my chosen direction had no cliff in sight. See, what did I just say? See, I knew it. It keeps freezing. Stop it. I shakily got to my feet and watched the cat do so as well. She immediately lunged at me again. This time I was more prepared. I kneed her in the stomach as she approached, grabbing her right shoulder and twisting, while hooking my foot on hers. Of course she... Forcing her arm down, I heard a slight cracking noise and made her fall to the ground with a thump. Just in case, I kicked her away a bit. Her body was light like a cat. I'm waiting for her explanation. She started to fade away, but I stepped on her before she could get away. After a quick struggle, she relented and got up to her feet without any further fading. The cat snarled, dusting off her body. I hadn't realized who you were before. My cloak may have a hood, but you've seen my face many times already, Cheshire Cat. Wonderland's twisted up in time. That sort of logic doesn't work here. It's mad, all mad. You might be Alice, but who is Alice? Now that's the question we have to ask. To start with, you don't know anything. Do you even know who you are, Alice? I'm Alice, that is all. The music. This is how you know it's getting intense. The music tells it all. That was my sole truth. But who in the world is Alice? An outsider? A temporary visitor? I've just figured out the most important. You are... She pressed her hand against her head. Kuhahihi, somehow you're much too similar to the Mad Queen. Stop freezing! Come on! It's getting suspenseful and interesting. This is not what I need. Okay. Oh, about that Mad Queen, you've been looking for her, but let me tell you this. She's been dead for a while now. Although I think you should already know. I can't put it into words for some reason. Maybe it's just the way you look at the world, but you're definitely the same type of person. In which way? Are you just trusting some gut feeling, some delusion that I might be the... Huh? Wait, what is going on? Is it just me or some of the text cut off? Or is that intentional? Oh, oops. Roll that back. Okay. Are you just trusting some gut feeling, some delusion that I might be the same as someone whom I've never met? Or as you say, someone who's long dead. This world can't afford another Red Queen, not even the chance of one. Oh, that's why she was trying to kill me, because she thinks I'm similar to the Red Queen, so she's trying to make sure that, and to hope that I don't become the next Red Queen, trying to kill me, trying to take me out before I had the chance. Chill out on me now. Oh. She vanished, taking the chance in our conversation. Criminals needed to be locked up. I looked all around, hearing the faintest sounds of her shackles telling me that she was nearby, but I could not see her actual presence. So why don't you do me a favor, Alice? Just go ahead and die? Oh, that's crazy. Her voice danced through the air formlessly. You have no qualification to enact your form of justice, Cat. That is really just like her to say. She appeared behind me and attacked again. We fell to the ground to tussle once more. She clawed me a few times, but I gradually gained the advantage. The cat favored her right arm, rather her left arm acted transient, coming in and out of existence, forcing her to avoid relying on it. Her handicap forced her to falter more than my now numb shoulder did me. She fought like an animal. To be fair, she was an animal, biting, clawing, and all the likes. She came at me twice with the intent to kill. Well, that's crazy. I wonder if the White Queen sent her. I don't really trust her that much, kind of. I don't know why, but someone told me not to trust her. We continued till we were both bloodied and bruised. I punched her straight in the face, causing her to bite her tongue and choke up a mouthful of red. Her head bounced on the ground, throwing her next moves into disarray. I hit the cat again and again. Doing this with my bare hands wasn't exhilarating as much as it was just a matter of fact. I had decided I preferred this nuisance out of my hair. I noticed that her right arm was stitched on. Oh yeah, it is. There's like little stitch marks. I noticed that, but I didn't say anything about it. But because I didn't look into it. The arm felt familiar, as if it didn't belong to the Cheshire Cat. Alice, that cat was also a thief. Don't tell me that's the Red Queen's arm. I wanted that arm. I'm not asking. She's trying to kill me. Tear it. I grabbed a hold of the Cheshire Cat right arm and pulled. The cat screamed. The arm creaked. Be quiet for a bit, won't you? Ooh. Okay, so maybe this was a little violent. And maybe I am a cat girl. Well, not maybe. I am another cat girl. I'm not trying to go against my own kind or anything. She's not Catherian or anything. And this is a game. But in all fairness, she did just try and kill me. So I do have to enact the self-defense. I have to initiate self-defense mode. As I pulled, I heard a myriad of tearing and ripping noises, sounds that human flesh should not make. She screamed herself hoarse, shaking under me. Feeling her erratic gasps, I figured that she could barely breathe. Her eyes dilated, crying. From the gurgling I heard from her throat, I guess that she must have bitten fully through her tongue. Oh, that's crazy. I dug my fingers into the arm even more harshly to wrench it off. Oh, I do not like that sound. Uh-uh. Slow but steadily, I removed the arm from the cat through brute force. With a final squelch, the arm popped off from where it had been attached. The cat also stopped making noise around that time. Oh, the screen's full red. Blood splattered all over me. Damn, that got intense. Really a little annoying. The red dripped all over the grass around us. Nah, she's dead. That is crazy. I mean, sometimes you can't let God do all the work. I sat on her prone body for a moment to rest. Looking at my handiwork, I wondered if perhaps I'd gone a little too far. However, it was better to get trouble out of the way. I wobbled to my feet. I kicked the body, ascertaining that she was unconscious. Okay, now kicking is a little crazy. Holding the arm in one hand, I dragged the cat along to the ground. I left 2 trails of red behind me, one from the cat and one from the recently detached limb. In the direction labeled not a cliff was a cliff. It's a convenient garbage disposal. What a convenient garbage disposal. Oh no, that's crazy, man. What a convenient garbage disposal is crazy. This is how we getting rid of body parts? What a convenient garbage disposal is wild. I hauled the cat's body as close to the cliff's edge as I could. She placing the arm on the ground to free up my hands. I lifted her and flung her off the cliff. An issue was disposed of. Now there's no more Cheshire Cat. Oh, that is crazy. That got crazy. But in all fairness, she did try and kill me. If I asked for it, she wasn't just gonna pop it off. She's gonna kill me. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I picked up the severed right arm. The limb appeared different now that it was detached from the cat. The broken shackle above its wrist fell off without me having to do a thing. Alice, did you recognize this arm? Yes, I answered. This was the Red Queen's arm. A jolt of pain burst through my head. I did not know why I knew, and amidst my agony, I did not have the heart to care. I stumbled, clutching my head. The world warped and blurred around me. I felt dizzy looking at the distorted landscape, or perhaps my dizziness itself distorted the landscape into an adulting thing that made me want to vomit. As my adrenaline drained, the results of the fight began to show themselves. My whole body felt sore, the raging headache pounding at my skull would not subside. Black and red began to fill my vision. Oh, the ground shifted beneath my feet. She's about to pass out. Maybe falling. Alice was falling. My world turned to darkness and all I heard was laughter. Thump. At some point, I made my way back to the Hatter's place. Hello, Hatter. I handed over the limb I had just obtained. At least from what I could tell from the passage of time, it should have been only recently that I had taken this limb from its past owner. I didn't know. The Hatter took the limb and threw it into the dog's cage with all the others. With this, you've gathered all Her Majesty's limbs. Oh, so I have. Ahahaha, you look terrible right now, Alice. Like us. Like us. I'm tired. Take a nap. Tea time isn't going anywhere, not unless time grows back its severed head and walks away. Don't you think? We can always talk a little later. Thank you. I slumped back into my armchair, sinking into the oddly scented cushions. Good night, Alice. This may be the last. I almost feel a little sorry, but Dormouse March, I won't stop. I didn't hear what the Hatter said afterward over the raging white noise of my headache. My vision blurred, eyes becoming watery, eyelids heavy, I fell asleep. Then I was dreaming, falling into the dream. Tick tock. Tick-tock. I dreamt of a throne, a dark and terrible throne, so horribly cold. It was such a lonely throne, but I on the throne was arrogant and happy to be alone. No, I thought even she had someone she loved. A beautiful person. Yes, that person she loved was a beautiful person, so fragile and beautiful that she wanted to slowly tear off that person's wings. But her love was wrong. If she wasn't happy, then she would lose everything. Alice, Alice, you were exactly this person. No, I wasn't. Was I? Huh? As I opened my mouth to speak, blood began to leak through my lips. The only sound that came out was an empty gurgle. Were you happy? No. I could not talk. I could not taste. Even though red dripped down my chin, I felt as if my tongue had been snipped out. Blood choked me. Gasping and nothing but liquid, I grasped at my throat. Alice, I was drowning in this dream. You were never happy. Never. Oh, that went dark. When I awoke, I forgot all that I dreamt of. I opened my eyes to an empty feeling in my mind. Disoriented, I nearly rolled off my armchair in which I had gone to sleep. I sat up, stifled a yawn, rubbing the bridge of my nose. I blinked. I blinked again, chasing away a haze. I felt as if I had forgotten something very important. In the meanwhile, Hatter brought over a decorated cake much more elaborate than usual snacks at her eternal tea time. It was a cake with cream and fruits, two-layered even, with flowers and pictures carved up with the food ingredients. I could only call it a pretty cake. Just in time for tea, Alice. As I got up from my armchair, the Hatter lightly pushed me back down. My behind landed on the cushion with a soft bounce. It seemed I could not but sit. He stared at me before sticking a handful of candles into the cake, lighting them with a match. Flick, the flame glowed on the head of the match just for a few seconds. After setting the candles, she began clapping her hands to an unsteady rhythm. Happy unbirthday to you. Happy unbirthday to you. Happy unbirthday, dear Alice. Unbirthday? A terribly offbeat, off-balance song. She sang and her voice warped as she said my name today. A certain darkness flickered in her mismatched eyes. Happy unbirthday to you. I didn't understand. I couldn't understand. I simply watched as she finished the song with a small clap and pushed the cake a bit closer to me. What is this for, Hatter? Certainly today was not my birthday. Didn't I tell you? Don't you remember? You get a special prize for bringing me all 4 limbs, Alice. Since it's not your birthday, it must be your unbirthday. What? All 364 days of the year. You mean 365, ma'am? Picking up a knife, she cut out a slice of the cake and slid it over to me. I caught it in a hurry, and soon enough, she poured me a cup of tea. That too came rushing over. I noticed a hammer on the table right next to the cake knife. She gestured, urging me to have a taste. The calming scent of the tea wafted to my nose and mixed with sweet, milky cream. The celebratory cake looked so charming, I almost felt it a shame to eat. I picked up the cup of tea and took a sip. This is my favorite. After enjoying some tea, I started on the cake. As I ate, the Hatter placed a box before me. Wait. Open your present, Alice. Chop it open. Smash it open. What is it? Any way you'd like to. I surveyed the box. An odd and plain box just big enough to store an animal. From the outside, I could not tell what might lie inside. If it's a Cheshire cat, I swear I'm logging off. I cracked a small gap afraid to disturb what could be hidden inside. Shadows blocked my vision. I saw nothing, but I heard a low gurgling, drowning sound, and a strange, strangled voice, one that my throbbing headache hit me again. In one go, I flung the lid off. What is it? 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 What the hell? Wait, no, that's the Red Queen's head. Wait, no. Wait, who is that? I think it is. Inside was a head, a bloodied head. Huh? A head, a woman's head, a girl's head, a head that should have been dead. A much too familiar face, a much too foreign face. I didn't quite understand what I was looking at, even as the world seemed to shift around me. Alice, you knew who that face belonged to. I think that's the Red Queen's, isn't it? That's not the Cheshire Cat. Alice, whose head is this? I think it's the Red Queen's head. That is kind of creepy. Ew. Yeah, that's hers. It's not the White Queen, because the White Queen's eyes was blue. I think that's the red. It wasn't the Cheshire Cat either. Cheshire Cat had like dark black, like black like hair. I stumbled to my feet to back away, only to fall back onto the armchair from my loss of equilibrium. This wasn't right. Wait, huh? Wait, is that mine? Wait, is that Alice's? Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not. Alice has blue eyes. Wait, does it have a black headband? The hair looks the same, but Alice has blue eyes, so that's not her. This is so trippy. The music is getting dramatic. The face looked like mine, just almost. I clutched my neck and touched my face to make sure I was still here. This was the Red Queen. This was Alice. Wait. What? Huh? I'm extremely confused. I am very confused. Huh? What? How? I'm confused. I am in confusion. This was the Red Queen. This was Alice? Wait, so you tell me I was the Red Queen the entire time? Wait. So, if the Red Queen was dead, and her body parts was scattered across Wonderland, how is me, Alice, supposed to be the Red Queen? If I'm confused. This was a severed head, Alice. Whose head is this? I wanted to ask, but instead of a strangled cry escaped my throat. I couldn't move my eyes away from the so-called prize that the Hatter had given to me. Blood pooled at the bottom of the box, sticky and dark. How terrible. I reached a trembling hand to touch it, but it wasn't my place to try and close her eyes or to put her to peace. The head was still moving, twisting with a squelch and squish. It's wet. Wait, did it say if it was me? Wait, yeah, it said this was Alice, right? Hold on. Wait, history. Wait a minute, I gotta check this. Hold on, what? I'm dummy confused. Yeah, it said this was out. I'm confused. The head was still moving, twisting with a squelch and squish. Its wet, ragged sounds of raspy breathing echoed in my skull. I jerked my hand back and covered my eyes. I couldn't look away. Now aren't you glad you needn't find Her Majesty's head? As if laughing at me, as if she didn't truly mean that. With an odd tilt of her voice as she spoke of the Red Queen, the Hatter confirmed the head's owner. She walked over to the Red Queen, flinging the dog cage open and popped the limbs onto the torso one by one. As they reattached, they began to flail and grab at the Hatter. This time she was prepared and grabbed her hammer. Hatter? With a pair of loud bangs, she hammered nails through the corpse's hands into the Red Queen's chair. Dog, I'm very confused. Red dripped to the ground. The hands twitched, the body writhed. A ghostly pain ran up my arms as my stomach churned. I felt dizzy. What? Hatter? I discovered that I had nothing to say. Even though I always had thoughts racing through my mind, I had nothing to say. Alice, that was why you were worthless. Ask something. Anything. I touched my face to see if my lips had curled up without me thinking to. Didn't you want to leave this place? Now you found the Red Queen. If you have something you'd like to talk with her about, I'll let you take care of that before I proceed with my own business. She pushed the Red Queen over, chair scraping on the ground with a hideous squeal, and stopping only when I sat face to face with the headless, shifting body. But how is she gonna talk? This has me voices. Taking the head of the box, the Hatter put it onto the body. The skin and meat deformed, contorting till the pieces of the neck met exactly where they should. Then it all knitted together with something unnatural crawling under the skin. I shuddered at the hollow sound made from the corpse as her throat connected. The Red Queen looked at me with dead red eyes. I didn't know what she went through, but she looked terrible. I realized that I hadn't ever asked her who killed her like this, nor have I stumbled upon an answer the same way I had found all the limbs. This was the Red Queen. Alice, this was me. The requests I had been pondering on, the wishes to go back home, the want to ask her for help, they all flew out of my mind. Because this wasn't right. The face I was looking at, battered and bloodied as it appeared, was not right. I couldn't speak, but she did. Mouthing words yet making no sound besides the hollow whistle of a crushed throat, the Red Queen began to talk without saying a thing. Her tongue was missing and we had to do something about that. Oh no, I am not getting out my own tongue. I'm literally gonna die. Where is it? I tried to find my own tongue, stumbling with a pulsing pressure in the back of my head before I could articulate my next inquiry. Hatter, where's the Red Queen's tongue? I didn't want to hear her voice, so I tore it. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, hi there. Hope your stream is going well. Hi, Kikuchi. I hope I'm saying your name right. My stream is going well, and so is my day. How's your day going? I hope it's going well for you. And thanks for coming to the stream. It's getting pretty intense. Feeding a tongue to the dogs is crazy. That's some ancient time stuff. That's like, that's wild. That's low-key scary. And I thought Hatter was to be trusted. She fed her tongue to the dogs. That's another type of messed up. The Red Queen wasn't complete without a tongue. Although she squirmed in the chair, causing the nails to creak, it seemed like she didn't truly have her soul. Alice, you were so close. The corpse looked upon us with stagnant eyes. That should mean I needn't bother searching for it then. What were your intentions, Hatter? Am I the Red Queen? At this point, I still knew nothing about the Red Queen, but that she shit my face and the tips I overheard on the ruler. Alice. Looking at the Hatter's mismatched eyes, I could see what she thought for the first time. What do you think? Let me tell you a story, Your Majesty. So I was Your Majesty now? Okay, please explain this. Because this makes not a lot of sense. I am very lost. A long time ago, in this corner of Wonderland, there lived a group of 3 friends, a mouse, a hare, and a hatter. We lived far away from bustling society, usually just coming together for tea. I made hats, and they did mouse and hare things. Once we had been dragged to perform like clowns for visitors to this kingdom, but only that once Her Majesty hadn't quite appreciated our lack of skill. Her Majesty ran the court of law. A strict queen, some called her. A mad queen, some whispered. A tyrant, most could not even dare to say. I think this story should be predictable, don't you? We were called into court one day. The reason? Maybe only to be judged. She proclaimed us guilty and had us sentenced. I, for no reason, received the lightest sentence of day. I came away with my neck still intact, not knowing a thing. Oh yeah, because I remember, like, the Red Queen's thing was like, off with their head or something like that. Thrown into prison and starved, only just that much. When I came out, the streets were filled with newly spilled blood, and two very familiar heads rolled my way. Crows festered on carrion only, for even them to be swept away by the Queen's cards. Do I need to explain further? Perhaps you really are blind and deaf. Ahahaha. Dormouse and March Hare are dead? For what? The sole crime of offending our world's tyrant, and so Hatter has been alone for a long time. I can never forgive the Red Queen. Oh, so she hates the Red Queen because she's the reason she's lonely. Makes sense. But she went and upped and died. Who let her get away like that so easily? You who are the same entity as the Red Queen, I can't let you go. Don't you understand? Hatter, for the sake of my revenge, you have to die, Alice. She spun the hammer in her eyes, her face devoid of mirth as she stepped closer to me, meeting my eyes with her mismatched pair. This is my justice, Alice. Goodbye, Alice. Goodbye. So you're not gonna move? She raised the hammer in her hand above my head. Why did she look like she was about to cry? Crack. Then I was falling. Falling. I was falling. Down this rabbit hole with no start nor end, I was falling. My skull and brain pierced itself together, twisting as if going back in time. I re-experienced the pain of having my head caved in with a hammer. I was going mad. A wetness, perhaps tears, perhaps brain matter, rolled down my face as I tried to comprehend. Oh, I think your stream's loaded. It's about a minute delay between my race updating shows up on stream. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that, but my stream is delayed. This has been going on for a bit. I'm gonna see if I can fix it later on. I don't know why this is happening. It's happened yesterday. It's annoying me. Yeah, there's some stream delay. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. I don't know why this is happening, and it's actually bugging me too. I should have died. I felt as if I was remembering something very important. I landed in Wonderland once more. Alice? The first person to greet me was the White Rabbit. I grabbed my head only to find no injuries, no red, no longer able to differentiate between dream and reality. I questioned if I had merely been hallucinating the whole time. Then I was falling again. I died again. Alice? Each time I fell, I came back down. Alice! It became a hazy world, a distorted world, a world that was beginning to lose its colors. Time and time again, falling. I seemed to revert the hourglass and turn back the hands of the clock, each time going into another past. Before I knew it, the rabbit had changed. Your Majesty? She was a bit more polite. Your Majesty. Perhaps. So now, Mad Hatter hit me with the hammer in the head, and it didn't kill me, but now I guess it took me back in time. That's so weird. Perhaps a bit more cruel in her eyes, a bit less restrained with the darkness in her gut, she called out to me each and every time. Your Majesty! The rabbit was my starting point, my saving point. Falling, I kept falling uncontrollably. Falling, landing, dying, falling. I no longer felt as if I had control of even my own body anymore. My world flickered on and off. It hurt. Dying hurt. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. Alice, you had to deal with this. I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. Please, maybe because your computer, whatever you stream can handle free streaming. Yeah, I know. I think it's my computer. The stream audio is okay, but the video is kind of a slideshow. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is gonna be an issue. I think I'm gonna start looking into saving for an actual gaming PC, because here's the thing. Right now, my current computer, the one I'm using right now. It's a HP all-in-one desktop. And I've actually been looking into regular gaming PCs because I can't really stream like other like high-end games like Fortnite like I want to, because I have connection issues, and also it's like pretty laggy and annoying. But I've been looking into that. I think I'm gonna consider saving up for a gaming PC, like literally like right after I hit affiliate. That's what gonna be like my goal, because I actually have some plans to like save up for like assets so I could start upping my game after I hit affiliate, because like I have like a lot of cool ideas when it comes to my character and stuff. And I'm also going to look into buying an actual gaming PC, because this is actually getting very annoying and it's a huge inconvenience, so I'm sorry about that. Again, I fell. I felt my body on the ground. With hazy eyes, I saw familiar and heard it speak with a familiar voice as murmurs reached my reached my ears from all around. Her face, her words, not a single thing I could make out. Before I even got the chance to see the rabbit, a growingly familiar sensation struck me. Pain, a sharp agony burned in my arms till I suddenly could not feel my fingers. Then the same came to my legs. Chop chop, there they went, a limb or two, or three or four, off they went, until I suddenly had none for myself. Soon a blade cut through my neck, sawing as it got stuck and stabbing again and again till the head finally came off, and I was falling again. Drowning through the flesh clogging my throat as it all reattached, I came to a realization. Oh, I understood. Alice, what had you understood? I was done. I had certainly gone mad. I couldn't handle this anymore. Even if I still wanted to go home, it wouldn't do me any good anyhow. Maybe this was a dream, an illusion. Just how long was I supposed to keep falling? Alice, you would never awaken from this dream. Then I was falling again. I decided to stop thinking and only keep falling. Ah, tick, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I opened my eyes to a courtroom with an air of fear. HP all-in-one act. It's okay, it sucks when you gotta use an old computer like that. Yeah, but the thing is that it's not even old. I actually got this computer last year for Christmas, so it's not even old. It's how many months old? It's December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, December. It's literally like 9 months old. It's not even a year old yet, and I have to deal with this. It is annoying. And things that it's a refurbished computer too, which I think also where my mistake was made, getting a refurbished instead of a regular computer. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I actually found this really cute like pink gaming PC, but I'm gonna have to save up like absolute big time for it because it's like 1300. But I'm still like looking. I gotta find a regular gaming PC and a monitor. I can't deal with this anymore. Watching, I was simply watching through another's eyes, sitting in the back of her head without a single meaningful thing in my mind. I was watching. Your Majesty. The body moved without me thinking to do anything. I no longer care to do anything. The body talked without me thinking to say anything. I no longer care to say anything. This was sure hell of a twist. It is only 1 year old. That's weird. Yeah, I know. This computer is not even a full year old. In December is gonna be a year old. This computer is 9 months old. Yeah, I think that's where I made my mistake, because I thought it had good specs and stuff, but I guess I was pretty friggin' wrong. And also I didn't know I was going to do VTubing at the time. So, womp womp. But yeah, it's weird, I know. It didn't matter. If I could have, I would have stopped watching. It was not because the sights were horrific, but because I no longer wanted to deal with anything and everything, not even the matters of the Red Queen. A dog, a cat, a bird, a girl. a boy, a person who was neither, a mother, a father, an elderly. One by one, they came to be judged. Some begged, some cried, some fought, some silently accepted their fates. Because she was sitting here beheading people, that's why. Because if I remember correctly, what happened in Ever After High, she was... Do you know what CPU, what kind of CPU and GPU it has, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, let me see if I can go to my settings and pull that up real quick, even though hopefully my computer doesn't like potato out and freeze, but I'm gonna see if I can actually pull that up for you real quick. It's the AMD, it has something to do with AMD Radeon, I believe. I'm gonna go to my settings so I could tell you, because you're clearly a tech person, I guess, or you know your stuff way more than I do. So, just go to the, I'm just gonna try and go to my all settings. Here we go. Open all settings. I'm gonna try and open my settings and see. And there it goes. Yep. Okay, so apparently so my noise suppression software that I'm using, my free noise cancellation expired. So if my mic does suddenly sound potato, I apologize for that. The free hour ran out because I get a free hour of it every day. But like I said, let me try pulling up the review in security. Wait, no, that would be in system. Wait, no. Oh my god. That's not going to be in security. That would be in system. Let's see. About. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What CPU and GPU does this desktop have? Wait, what just happened? Uh-oh. That does not sound good. Okay, here we go. So, wait. Okay, so I went to about, but this is all I can see. So, I can tell you the processor and how much RAM I have. But, like, I can't see my CPU and GPU from here. So, I can tell you the processor. I have a AMD Ryzen 3 3250U with Radeon graphics, 2.60 gigahertz processor, and I have 8 gigabytes of RAM and 5.92 gigabytes of its usable. Is there any way I could see anything else? Your noise suppression only works around that's a big topic. Big topic. You probably get 5 OBS and built-in noise suppression, which is all free. Yeah, I have to set up my OBS voice filters properly. That's actually another thing I have to do, because the noise suppression I'm using is Crisp, which is basically, it's the same software that Discord uses for its noise suppression for like video calls and stuff like that, and voice calls. Yeah, I can't find the CPU and GPU right now, sadly, but I told you my processor. It's an AMD Ryzen 3250 processor. Yeah. Okay, back to the game. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Do not do this. Okay. The rabbit read out their accused crimes for show, allowing for the Red Queen to proceed. However, there existed only one result: guilty. At some point, she began to laugh. At some point, I began to laugh. Ha 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 ha! RAM sounds okay, so CPU was rising. Yeah, and yeah, that's my processor, but I guess that's my CPU. If that's the same thing, the processor and the CPU, I think that is the same thing. Yeah, that's my CPU. If you have any recommended, like, what's it called? If you have any, like, recommended, oh my god, what's it called? If you have like a certain type of processor that you would recommend for me to get, like an Intel, because I'm looking into getting like probably a Intel or Nvidia one instead of an AMD. Veryy switch to OBS built-in free noise suppression. Yeah, I'm gonna use the OBS built-in noise suppression. I believe I do have some filters set up already because my mic sounded like way worse than it sounds now. Because I remember my very first stream was this test stream. I was literally just, it was bad. It was like for 15 minutes. I was so nervous. I was literally just lagging all over the place. And my mic sounded horrible and atrocious. But that was before I had the filter set up, but I used Crisp and the filters. Because I think I have some filters set up, but you're right. There's probably a better way I could set it up. Now, I am also using a headset mic and not like a better and good streaming microphone. As ruler, I have sovereignty over my citizens and at the same time responsibility to make this kingdom prosper. Yes, CPU equals processor. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because I wasn't fully sure. A prosperous kingdom must have law and order. Do understand. I think that's why people don't like her. Yeah, that was the same thing in I'm sorry, but for like this game I keep bringing up Ever After High. The only reason why I know about how like Alice in Wonderland works and how Wonderland works is because of that show. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but Ever After High is this cartoon I used to watch when I was younger. It was a Mattel cartoon and it was on Netflix, but it was basically about the kids of the it was about the children of like characters from fairy tales, like Snow White had a daughter named Applewhite, and the evil queen had a daughter named Raven Queen. They were like some of the main characters. And Mad Hatter's daughter was Madeline Hatter. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry for like going on about cartoons right now, but I used to love it when I was younger, and I'm sad that Mattel literally canceled it out of. I was upset and I was sad when I heard that Mattel canceled it just out of nowhere. They just stopped making episodes out of the blue and didn't say anything about it. But it had a show on that. It had the web series, which was like the episodes on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you could still find if you just look up Ever After High. And I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but I think it may be. But they have a Netflix cartoon, and it was basically like the web episodes, but like compiled better. I think right now AMD processors are better overall. What's holding me back is I think the Ryzen 3250U is like the weakest AMD CPU. Oh, yeah, because that could be the thing. The AMD Ryzen 3, because there's like I think right now AMD Ryzen like all the way up to 7 and I'm on 3, which is like 4 versions backwards. I mean, I have a graphics card GPU in that case. The CPU is struggling. No, I think I do have a graphics card. It's an AMD Radeon graphics card. Yeah, I have an AMD Radeon graphics card, I believe. I have to double check. I'm not even fully sure. You seem like the tech person. You're gonna be my Kikuchi. I hope you're saying your name right. You're literally gonna be my tech person. I don't have too much. I have like a little bit of basic knowledge on how some of this stuff works, but like not as clearly as much advanced knowledge as you do. But like it was saying, Ever After High, they had the show on I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but they had the cartoon on Netflix. It was basically the web series episodes that's on YouTube that you could probably still find, I'm pretty sure. And it was just compiled more, and it was compiled into seasons. It had like 5 seasons. I remember there was this one with like this games concept, and then there's the like regular. I think the first 2 seasons was regular, and then the other 3 had like themes. In the season where I'm getting this information about Wonderland from is from the season called Winter Wonderland. It was about this girl. She was daughter of the Snow Queen. I believe something happened to her parents, and she had to because apparently she was a previous student at Ever After High, and she moved back to Wonderland, and then she had to go back to Ever After High because the evil queen's magic dust tainted and poisoned her parents. They didn't die though, but they weren't acting like themselves, and she had to go back and find the crew at Ever After High, the Wonderland crew, because a few of them is from Wonderland. And they had to help her fix her parents and whatever. And I think there was one that was centered, and I think there was the regular Wonderland one, that was about Lizzie, because I believe that was her name. Lizzie is the daughter of the Red Queen, and she's a student ever after high, and I believe something happened in Wonderland and like a whole bunch of them had to go. And I remember how they all got these cool Wonderland dresses and looks, and it was cool. Let me see if I can pull up a picture on Google Chrome so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I know you guys are probably lost about what I am talking about. Because I know this show wasn't wiped off the face of the internet. A lot of people enjoyed it. Let me see images. Yeah, Way to Wonderland. Yeah, it was 2 seasons about Wonderland. It was the Winter Wonderland one, and then it was the Way to Wonderland. Image pop up. Okay, let me show you guys what I'm talking about really quickly. So I'm just gonna pick off Who's the Red Queen display really quickly. I know I'm sidetracking from the game. I'm sorry. I just want you guys to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so as you can see, this is Lizzie, I believe her name is, the one in the center with the cards. That's the Red Queen's daughter. And then the one to the right of her with that red bow is Apple White. And then next to Apple White in the blue is Madeline Hatter, I believe her name is. She's the Mad Hatter's daughter. And then the one next to her in this purple with the big black cat ears. Thanks. I'm not really a tech expert, but if I were you, I'd look up how good the mid-price AMD Ryzen CPUs are and low to mid-price. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thank you. I'll consider that, and I'm gonna do that. Because like I said, I'm like researching into like a good gaming PC. And like I was saying, this one right here, that's the Cheshire's cat daughter. I think her name is Kitty Cheshire. And then if we go back to the center and to the left, the girl in this purple and mint dress, that's Raven Queen, daughter of the Evil Queen. And I forgot her name. I think it was Briar. That's the daughter of Sleeping Beauty. But yeah, I remember this. And then this, I forgot who he was. And there was this girl. She's the daughter of the white rabbit. But yeah, so enough about that. And back to the game. Oops. Wait. No, wait, that's not what I meant to do. That is my stream manager, which is not supposed to be showing. When you're VTubing, if you don't have an iPhone, a new iPhone gives you facial recognition. CPU is gonna be on facial requires a lot of CPU power. Oh, I do have an iPhone. I have an iPhone XR. I don't know how that will work for 3D face tracking, because I know a lot of VTubers use their iPhones for 2D face tracking, but I don't know if there's an app that can do 3D. So you need a mid-price CPU probably. The GPU can be cheaper because OBS and VTubing is only a bit of your GPU. Oh, what's the difference between a CPU and a GPU? I'm not sure what the difference is. Oh, let me hide this in the background. Okay, there we go. Back to the game here. Off to the gallows. Be glad for mercy, criminal. Glory to her majesty for her benevolence. Cards. Bring the next one in for her majesty. The accused was reported by her brother-in-law for engaging in gossip. Sorry, I can't respond to everything in chat. It's difficult. Yeah, I can understand. Take your time. I understand there's delay. If you can't answer everything, that's perfectly fine. If anything, if you have Twitter, which I'm probably sure you do, you can find my Twitter in my about. You can just DM me on Twitter because my DMs are open. Hopefully this gets you right on track when you're looking for a new computer. Yeah, this will definitely help me. Thank you. And I'll do some more research into it. But like I was saying, you could just DM me on Twitter, and if you just mention it's Kikuchi from chat, or if your like username is similar, no, if your username is your name that you're using right now in chat, I'll remember you. The accused was reported by her brother-in-law for engaging in gossip, planning treason against the crown, and speaking ill of her majesty. Wait, hold on. Let me actually just type to you because the delay is gonna make it hard. If you can, when you have the time, just be. Oh, can my message? Oh, you have my phone. Yeah, check if you can use your phone to do face tracking. That would help a lot. Yeah, I'll check to see if I could use my phone to do face tracking. A simple sentence. A simple beheading for this bird. Bring her away. Cards. The accused was caught evading taxes. Damn, taxes still exist in even fiction. That's crazy. Can't evade taxes, people. Don't tax evade. She was also seen stealing from upright citizens, assaulting merchants, and spreading rumors about your majesty's state of mind. She was only apprehended recently as the cards were unable to capture her previously. Break her legs. Your majesty is truly brilliant. As for her sentence, cut off her arms so that she can't commit crimes any longer when she reaches the afterlife, and throw her into prison to await execution by skinning? Oh, that's mad. That's atrocious. That's beyond devious. Okay, ma'am. Now I see why she was hated. This is your typical type of tyrant that people execute. It's giving not even... Wait, I forgot what he did. I was about to say it's giving Julius Caesar, but I forgot what Julius Caesar did. Okay, GPU is graphics processing unit, like 3D models and compressing your stream's video. CPU central processing does literally everything else. Oh, okay. Oh, so that would make a lot of sense. Like why I look at my task manager to make, because I look at my task manager sometimes. That's why like my GPU doesn't really get used. Okay, so thanks for telling me that. What will a cat rug look like without arms? A criminal's skin is too rough for a good rug. Off with the cat. She seemed to think for a moment and snapped her fingers, rending the cat's arms from her body in an instant. And execute the cards who failed to catch her before. We have no need for worthless cards. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now what the cards do? That is not fair. It's not that. Okay, now that's unfair. I see why they don't like her. I don't like her either. Next. The Red Queen. I didn't know if she was happy. While she convicted the accused, I inadvertently began to lose track of my surroundings, only to be jolted back by a particularly interesting sentence. The accused. Before the rabbit finished speaking, the accused rushed at the Red Queen. The Red Queen gestured with her hand. An unseen power slammed the criminal down to the floor, creating a crack on the marble flooring of the courtroom. Presumptuous. The force tore fingertip-sized meat by piece from the criminal, leaving it writhing on the floor as it rolled around trying to get her to stop. Have you forgotten who you belong to? The Red Queen finished once with the... The Red Queen finished once the criminal was ripped into a pile of red pulp on the ground to be swept away by the cards. I was smiling. The Red Queen was smiling. Oh, this is getting insane. Okay. I can at you on Twitter. I saw someone quote retweet when you tweet. I usually don't DM people I know. Sorry. That's fine. I understand that. I'm cautious when it comes to DMing people, so that's okay. So you can just keep feeding me information through the stream chat. You're my tech person, so that's okay if you don't want to do that. Next, I'll just screenshot your advice when I have the chance. Because I don't want to force you to do anything you're not comfortable with, so don't do that then. It's fine. Just keep feeding me information through stream chat. The day in court continued until the courtroom was devoid of life. She worked on paperwork after court. Between snacks, she conversed with ministers. Yeah, you've got it. Task manager says your CPU is hitting 100, and that's the problem. Oh, okay. She worked on paperwork after court. Between stacks, she conversed with ministers who sweat nervously each time she met their beady eyes. Finishing up her important documents, she proceeded to go back for a brisk walk and practice swinging a sword here and there. Bringing the Red Queen a towel and water, the rabbit asked if she wanted to visit the White Queen today, which the Red Queen decided against. Dinner time arrived soon enough. She sat in a large dining room at the head of a long table all alone. A sumptuous meal was served with red wine before her, but she had no one to share it with. The food tasted alright. More importantly, it had been poisoned. The chef just used just a little too much so that the meat began to lose its charm and turn to mediocrity. The Red Queen called the chef over. His eyes darted around the room wildly, knowing that he had nowhere to escape. Yet he started to get nervous. His legs shook and he felt his knees beginning to beg. The Red Queen took a sword from a decorative suit of armor in the room. Oh, that's this is getting crazy, bro. Off with his head for daring to poison the queen. Now, me personally, I would have just thrown him in a prison, maybe a little prison cell. Sorry for not chatting about the game, by the way. I'm busy talking about all the technical stuff and looking stuff up on Google, to be honest. That's okay. You not chatting about the game is actually helping me out more than if you were. So thank you, actually. There's no need to apologize for that at all. Watching as the servants cleaned away the chef's remains, she returned to her meal, which had been quickly replaced. She drank a sip of wine, poisoned wine. Now, if you know the food was poisoned, why would you keep up? Red Queen, first dialogue. The next day, she returned to the courtroom. One by one, the numbers diminished again. Even those in the jury were not spared if they made the slightest sight. Oh, that's crazy. Damn, no, she's not showing mercy to anybody. If you look, you getting beheaded next. Gotta look around the corners, make sure you're not next. Well, that crunch sound. I know, this is getting crazy. The rabbit smiled with glee, writing down the names of the criminals who were to be executed. Not a few times she took the job herself, the axe in hand, boots squelching in blood. The Red Queen enjoyed her judgment court. Wonderland was her domain, and its people her pieces. If they became disobedient, she would never let them throw her possessions into disarray. Some days she didn't go, working on governance. Other days she did, working on her world's peace. This is not peace, this is tyranny. This is what you call being a tyrant. That's how. I don't know if you guys know Shakespeare, but I remember I actually had to do a class project. I'm glad I can help. Yeah, you're being very helpful, so thank you. I remember I had to do a project. Well, it was like a class project. In the whole class, we had to act out Julius Caesar, like as a live play in front of parents, in front of like some other staff and some kids' parents. It was it was a mess, and I don't think we had to. It wasn't like a professional play or anything, and it was just for class for the grade, so we didn't have to remember our lines, and we still had the paper, I believe. But I remember we had to have Julius Caesar. This is the same. I forgot exactly what Julius Caesar did, but that's exactly why he got executed, and his own people killed him and betrayed him because he was a tyrant. That's what happens to tyrants. They get executed and betrayed by their own people. Still, wait. These times continued until one day the Red Queen fell asleep when I was still awake. Huh? Curling my fingers, I discovered I was in control. I walked over to the balcony. Oh, here we go. I think this is where the suicide from high places comes in. I walked over to the balcony, seeing the ground terribly far away. I lifted myself over the balustrade and threw myself off. Air rushed past my face. Splat. Oh, that's crazy. Falling, falling, falling. Is that why she fell into Wonderland? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Is that why she fell into Wonderland then? Wait. So that means, I think Her suicide was the Red Queen's end, and that's what brought Alice into this world, into Wonderland. The Red Queen's end was Alice's beginning. I think that's how it worked. See, falling. I was falling again back through time. The interstice between the different times and different worlds was still incomprehensible as before. My body knitted together from its mangled form, and I returned to Wonderland. Falling, I fell straight onto a table. Bam! Back to the Mad Hatter. Her hitting her with the hammer, it let her replay like her memories from being the Red Queen, and then it brought her back to reality. I had returned to an iteration of the Hatter's place. Sprawled out on the table, I glanced upward and saw that the familiar pair of mismatched eyes unfamiliar. By the way, you could try using a PNG until you get a better computer. Maybe there's other stuff you could turn off as using your CPU too, like Windows Search, Katana. Oh, that's the thing. I love being 3D. I don't know about a PG. A PG. I don't know about a PNG. I may just have to probably keep sadly pushing my computer because I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get a new one, and getting a new one is gonna be expensive. I'm gonna have to grind here, and that's gonna take me a long time to save up for. And I really want to keep being 3D, and I don't want to let my computer be a liability that's holding me back. So, and I can't draw. If I could draw, I would make myself a PNG to use. And I was considering not using it, like trying to get a PNG for like to use for some streams, but I don't know. Windows Search Katana, etc. I remember I saw someone make a Twitter post about how it was gotta go. I hope you're able to reach affiliates to improve your stream. Yeah, I hope so too, and thank you, Kikuchi, for all your help. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna screenshot your advice and I'm gonna do some research, but this actually is very helpful, and I hope you have a good night or the rest of your day or whatever time it is for you. Bye. Do I know you? Not quite. Could you get off of the table? I do need to put down the tea and snacks at some point, if you understand. The Hatter seemed different, as if a heavy weight had yet to settle on her shoulders. I got off the table and stood awkwardly around the unfamiliar place. The Hatter set down her teapot. She was preparing a tea party of sorts, causing me to realize that I had never seen her do setup, as things are always already on the table. What's your name? Alice. I'm Alice. You should be Hatter. Mm-hmm. Is there somewhere you need to go so badly that you nearly broke my table? No, I've nowhere. Well, why don't you take a seat? No one uses that armchair over there. Much too armchair, they said. You know how armchairs are, right? Wait, don't tell me this is a dead end. It's like looping. I feel like it's going somewhere, but it's not going anywhere at the same time. I hesitantly approached my armchair. The chair looked newer than in my before. When I sat on it, I sank into the soft cushions. Even though it reminded me of a hammer through my skull, the chair did nothing wrong. I clutched my chest. You aren't having tea. What time is it? This person hated me. Perhaps she did not hate me yet in the moment that we are meeting now, but perhaps she hated me all the same in the future and my present. I shouldn't have cared, but my heart hurt. The clock says 15 minutes before 4. It's almost tea time. Maybe it already is. I'm waiting for March-in Dormouse, so it's surely not yet tea time. Tea time, after all, is just a state of mind. I see. You look sad, Alice. Do I? I raised my hand to my face, touching my cheek. I certainly was not smiling. What's your favorite tea? She retrieved the tea set. Wait, if she's waiting on them instead of using the puppets, I think this took me back to a place before the Mad Hatter like went mad, mad, and started using the puppets and stuff. Because I think this is probably when the actual Dormouse and the other one was alive. She retrieved the tea set to place on the table, bringing not 3 cups, but 4. 1 cup and saucer was put before me. I enjoy black tea. Recently, I've grown fond of Earl Grey. What about you, Hatter? I like any tea, but I also rather like Earl Grey. I'm not sure why it's an Earl Grey rather than a Count or a Duke, but I'm sure the tea tastes best in Earl. I've heard that it's named after a minister. Or perhaps the minister was named after tea. Fancy that. Your name is Grey, or so Her Majesty tells you to become Earl Grey. The Hatter looked happier. A film of water built up over my vision, turning it blurry. I must have gotten something in my eyes. A hiccup bubbled in my throat. The water wouldn't stop. Why are you crying? It's probably because she realized what she did when she was the Red Queen. That's probably why. Tears, tears rolled down my cheeks as I hurriedly tried to wipe them away with my hand. Hick, hick, hick. I really cannot explain. Hick. This is so odd. Eat cake. Do you like cake? Would you rather a sandwich or maybe something salty? If you're lacking in salt and sugar, you'll go a little crazy like that. She poured me a cup of tea and passed me some cake with a set of utensils she was just getting out. It tastes good. Hick. Drinking the tea and eating the cake. Drinking the tea and eating the cake, I noticed a much more amateurish flavor than my Hatter, the future Hatter, would make. However, it tasted me... Wait, what? However, it tasted good, and maybe it tasted happier. My shoulders shook up and down for a while. I cried for the longest time I had cried since I was a toddler, rubbing my eyes pink. Once my tears stopped, I cleared my throat and averted my eyes from the Hatter. Compliments to you, Hatter. Why, thank you. We sat together in a peaceful silence for a while afterward before she turned her head and exclaimed, "There they are!" Oh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They're actual animals. They're talking... Wait. Oh my god. So you're telling me she beheaded animals? Oh, that's crazy. The Red Queen beheaded talking animals because this is the actual hare and dormouse, and that means they're talking animals then. It's because Mad Hatter, she was using puppets before that looked exactly like them, but now there's actual animals. So that means she beheaded innocent animals? Oh, that's nuts. I think this game is gonna drive me mad. A sleepy little mouse and a hare with a straw hat approached from the forest path. They looked just like the little puppets my Hatter wore often on her hands. Looking at me in curiosity, they took their seats at the table. A guest? Looks like a pest. Don't be rude, March. Oh yeah, that's not white hair, it's March hair. Three's already a crowd. No room, no room. There's a crowd, but four's a party. If we get five, then, well, we can think about that later. Don't make a girl cry, March. This is Alice, this is March hair, this is Dormouse. Hatter poured some tea for both of them and they began to chat, landing toward me and tugging into the conversation, even as their ramblings devolved into nonsense. Halfway through each topic, the Dormouse seemed to snooze off and dip her little nose into her tea by accident. Okay, so I think this is a good place to leave off. Yeah, it's 4:02. Yeah, I've been sitting here for a while, so it's been nearly 2 hours. I'm gonna save. Wait, just wait a minute. Auto 27. Wait, auto. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Wait, let me see. Load. Go to quick. Mismatched eyes. Wait, chapter 0, 1, 2, mismatched eyes. Oh, that is weird. It's not even called chapter 3. Make sure it's the right thing. Oh, 3. Okay. We know. Title. This game is getting good and real interesting. But anyways, that is who is the Red Queen. So now, uh-oh. So now to the hearts. Uh-oh. Okay. So now to the hearts. Okay, so that is today's stream. I really appreciate all the peeps that are here and we're here for coming to my final push for affiliate. Because, you know, Twitch decided to be aggravating, but I just needed the viewers. So, yeah. And hopefully this actually puts me there. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. The game got really interesting. And now, as they would say in like a language class or ELA, this is like we're kind of like the falling action now, I guess.